Today we'll learn how to make this cute, beginner-friendly crocheted bunny, perfect for making hugs with lead. For materials, you're going to need a hook. I'm using a 3.5mm hook, but anything around there is fine, and 1 color of yarn. We'll start by wrapping our yarn around our palm and wrapping it around our pointer finger twice. From there, you'll grab your hook and place it underneath those first 2 lines of yarn. And then with your hook, grab onto that 3rd line of yarn and pull it underneath those 2. Now you'll place your hook underneath the continuous line of yarn and pull it through the loop that we have around our hook. So just like that. Now that we have finished making our magic circle, we can pull that off our finger. Here I'm just adjusting the magic circle as I like, and from here we'll be doing 4 double crochets. To start our first double crochet, yarn over your hook, place your hook into the center of our magic circle, then yarn over again and pull that back. So then we'll have these 3 loops on our hook. Then you'll yarn over again and pull that through those first 2 loops. Then you'll yarn over again and pull that through your last 2 loops, and that will be 1 double crochet. We'll do it again, yarn over, place your hook in the center of the circle, yarn over and bring that back, yarn over again and pull that through those first 2 loops. Then yarn over again and pull that through your last 2 loops. Now you'll continue doing 2 more double crochets, and once we have finished 4 double crochets in total, I'll tell you what the next steps are. Now from the side, you can count that we have done 4 double crochets. Now we'll be chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll be crocheting back down this line of chains. So yarn over and then place your hook into the next stitch or chain, and then yarn over again and pull that through, and we should have 3 loops around our hook now. We'll be doing a half double crochet, so yarn over but pull that through all 3 loops. Now we'll be doing a single crochet, so place your hook into the next stitch or chain, yarn over and pull that through. So we only have 2 loops around our hook. We'll yarn over again and pull that through those 2 loops. So we'll be doing this the rest way down, so place your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull that through, yarn over again and pull that through your 2 loops. So again, place your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull that through, yarn over again and pull that through your 2 loops. And our last one, placing our hook into the next stitch, yarning over and pulling that through, yarning over again and pulling that through our 2 loops. Now to reconnect this bit to our main piece, we'll be placing our hook in between those 2 lines of stitches or chains that connect our double crochet to our lines of chains, and then we'll be yarning over, pulling that through, and then we'll have those 2 loops on our hook, and then yarn over and then pull that through our 2 loops. Now we'll be doing 3 double crochets, so yarn over, place your hook inside the center of the circle, yarn over again and pull that back, yarn over once more and pull that through your first 2 loops. Then yarn over again and pull that through your last 2 loops. To our next double crochet, yarn over, place your hook inside the center of the circle, yarn over again and bring that back. Yarn over again and pull that through your first 2 loops. Then yarn over again and pull that through your last 2 loops. That will be your second double crochet, and you can adjust as you go. Now onto our 3rd double crochet. We'll yarn over, place our hook inside the magic circle, yarn over again and bring that back. Now yarn over again and pull that through those first 2 loops. And then we'll yarn over again and pull that through our last 2 loops. Now that we have done those 3 double crochets, we'll be chaining the second ear, so chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yarn over and place your hook into the next stitch or chain, and then yarn over again and pull that through. So now we have those 3 loops around our hook. And then we'll yarn over again and pull that through those 3 loops, making a half double crochet. Now place your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and bring that back, having 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull that through, making a single crochet. Continue and place your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull that back, yarn over again and pull that through those 2 loops. So continue making those single crochets all the way down, just like last time. Now to reconnect those 2 pieces together, we'll place our hook in between those 2 stitches that connect our double crochet in our line of chains together. Then we'll yarn over and pull that through, yarn over again and pull that through our 2 loops. Now we'll be making 4 double crochets. So yarn over, place your hook in the center of the circle, yarn over again and bring that back. Now that we have those 3 loops on our hook, you'll want to yarn over again and pull that through those first 2 loops. Then yarn over again and pull that through your last 2 loops. And continue to do that for the next 3 double crochets. So now we should have those first 4 double crochets, then our ear, our 3 double crochets, our second ear, and then the last 4 double crochets. Now to close our magic circle, we have these 2 lines of yarn. I'll like to pull on the one that's more inside, or the shorter one, and it usually should pull and close that second line of yarn. So as I pull on that one, it will close that second line of yarn. You can also just test and see which one will do the trick, and then after you're done doing that, pull on that shorter piece of yarn and it should close the second loop. Now that we have closed our magic circle, we're going to bring it together. So to bring it together, you'll place your hook into the next stitch, and then once you've done that, you'll yarn over again, pull that through, and then yarn over again and pull that through those 2 loops, doing a single crochet. And I'll pull on that loop around my hook to extend it, so that once we cut off from the continuous line of yarn, we have a piece to work with to tie the head off. So now that we are left with those 2 lines of yarn, we'll use them to tie a knot and secure the head. Now to start making the body, we'll place our yarn over our palm and wrap it around our pointer finger twice. Just like last time, we're placing our hook underneath those first 2 lines of yarn and pulling that 3rd line of yarn underneath those 2. Then yarning over and pulling that through the loop we have around our hook. Now we can take our magic circle off our finger. And here I'm just adjusting it to make our magic circle a little bit wider. Now we'll be making 8 double crochets in total. So yarn over, place our hook into the magic circle, then yarn over again and pull that back. Now we have those 3 loops around our hook. We'll yarn over again and pull that through those first 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull that through our last 2 loops. So now that we have done our first double crochet and we'll be doing 7 more, we should have 8 double crochets in total, and I'll show you what our next step will be. Now we should have 8 double crochets, and if you want to double check, you can always count on the side. Now from here we'll be making our bunny's tail, so we'll be chaining 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that we have done that, we are going to skip all those chains and place our hook back where our double crochets are. So place it into that stitch and then yarn over, pull that through, then yarn over again and pull that through those 2 loops. Now from here we'll be doing another 8 double crochets. So yarn over, place our hook into the magic circle, yarn over again and pull that back, yarn over again and pull that through our first 2 loops, yarn over again and pull it through our next 2 loops. So now we have finished our first double crochet. We'll be doing another 7 more just like last time and keep following those steps. I'll be back with instructions after we have finished our 8 double crochets. Now that we have done our last 8 double crochets, we'll be closing our magic circle. Grab on that piece of yarn that's most in the inside. It should be shorter, but you can always check both and see which one closes the other. So now I have found that yarn. I pull on that and it closes that second line of yarn in our magic circle. Now we have that loop. You'll pull on that shorter string of yarn and it will close that second loop. So now as we continue, we'll place our hook into the next stitch and then we'll yarn over and then pull that back. So now we have those 2 loops, yarn over again and pull that through those 2 loops. So now we have brought our circle fully together. So just like last time, I pull a little bit more on that last loop and then I'll cut a piece just enough to tie those 2 strings of yarn together, and usually I'll do a double knot to secure it. Now that we have finished both parts of our bunny, we'll place our hook into the first stitch into the body and then place our hook into a stitch of the head. So then we'll wrap the yarn over the leftover pieces and pull that through both of those stitches. Now with that same piece of yarn, we'll yarn it over and pull that through our loop and pull it all the way so we can create a knot. Now we'll be doing the same steps and placing our hook into the next stitch over and place it through the body and head and then yarn over and pull that through. Once we have done that, we'll have this loop around our hook, then yarn over with the same piece of yarn and pull that all the way through. Now I'll be doing those same steps a 3rd time, so placing my hook into the next stitch, both through the body and the head, then yarning over and pulling that through. Now that we have made our loop around our hook, we'll yarn over and pull it through our loop and pull it all the way, creating a little knot. With the leftover 4 pieces of yarn that we have, I'll grab 2 and make a knot on each. And I will usually make a double knot on each one. After we're done with that, we can cut those pieces off and then add our little accessory to our bunny. So I'll grab another color of yarn and grab a piece to wrap around the bunny's neck and make a little bow. And after adjusting the bow, you'll have your cute little crocheted bunny ready to go. This little crocheted bunny is a perfect hug to send with your letter.